good, y'all? No Mercy, Trap New York shit. I know what time it is. I wanted to get into a blog discussing how small leagues pretty much brought battle rap back to life, like on a huge level. You know, big leagues are pretty much the mainstream representation that battle rap has, as in those are the platforms that get the most views, book the biggest battlers, book the biggest battles, book the biggest venues, sell the most tickets, sell the most pay-per-views, bring out the most people, have the most professional look, as far as, branding, footage, and things of that nature. So, when it comes to battle rap, those are the leagues that pretty much, represent what the culture is about. And there was a good while where, we keeping it a buck, big leagues were messing up. And not to say big leagues as in the league themselves, but the battlers. You understand? Like, you could pretty much say the battlers were pretty much the reason in the decline of big leagues at one point. Remember, there was a period where everybody was choking, or the battles were just bad, and it was like, people stopped caring. And then when small leagues start doing their thing and start, pushing certain talent and things like that, we kind of started bringing it back to the essence, and that's when battle rap got lit again. Now, when I talk small leagues, I'm talking Trap New York, I'm talking Spit That Heat, I'm talking We Go Hard, which was pretty much the top three around that time. If you're talking from 2013 to about 2016, 2017, those are pretty much the biggest brands. That's where all the talent was coming out of, all the dope talent, and we all had a formula that pretty much represented the essence of what battle rap is. Now, don't get it twisted. The small leagues that, y'all know of today, of course, we obviously all got our formulas from other places. Before us, there was Lions Den. There was Smack DVD. There was all these other outlets, Grind Time and everything, that people were battling and doing battles in, like, smaller venues like studios and shops. And Cassidy versus Freeway happened in the studio. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these battles were happening in places where it was like, it looked rough. Like, it was just niggas meeting up somewhere and battling. And a lot of times that would be a barbershop, that would be a studio, a place with easy access where everybody could go into. It looked full, and it's just two battlers duking it out. And when battle rap made the decision, when the big leagues decided to just stick with the big league formula, because they making all their money, because they're attracting so many people, the small leagues were the ones that pretty much kept that essence. And during the time that the vets, were kind of declining, you had small leagues putting on classics. You have, like, Craig Lamar versus, who was it? Craig Lamar versus Chef Trez. You have Daylight versus XL. You have Steams versus Brooklyn Carter. Like, you're getting all these classics that are happening in these small rooms. The views for smaller leagues are going up. I'm gonna give you a buck. That was partially in part the Daylight versus XL, but that's a whole nother blog for another time. But the views are going up. A lot of the talent being recognized. You have people like Brooklyn Carter, Steams, Chess, XL, Jim, Show Off, Prez Mafia, Chef Trez, Craig Lamar, Lotta Zay. You have all of these people that are doing these small league battles and getting 50,000, 60,000, 100,000, 200,000, and doing all of these incredible numbers. And, you start to see, you look on the footage, these venues are packed. Like Funkadelic, y'all already know what time it is. Funkadelic, a sweatbox. You understand? Spit That Heat. Events used to be packed. We Go Hard. Events used to be packed. And when people see just the quality of the battles that's going down, they seeing we got HD camera production. We got great audio. Stuff like that. Like it's professional, but it still has that rugged look to it as far as like an updated look. Like it looked like Smack DVD 2014, 2015. You understand? And this is what we brought to the table as far as small leagues. And it seemed like after that is when and any big league owners that happen to watch this, don't take it as offense. It's not dissing y'all. I hate when, people take things as, it's like somebody trying to come at them. With me, it's never that type of energy. But, just putting in perspective, what small leagues have done for this culture. And I feel like that's something that needs to be spoken up on because, if I don't speak on it, it's not like anybody else will. You understand me? So, the big leagues, they start to see what's going on. A lot of them start getting their talent from these places. And the big leagues start adapting to doing small room battles. You start to see a lot more intimate URL events. It's events they're doing where, there's a stage, but the venue only hold maybe like 100 or 200 people. You had KOTD bring back the bunker. You had RBE with their closed room series. They started doing events at Funkadelic, and pretty much just everybody, I feel like everybody's seen the success of the small rooms and the type of battles that were going on in small rooms and wanted to kind of replicate that feel. And again, I don't say like, we started it or anything because, as I said, we got it from somebody else. But at the end of the day, the inspiration that we had, it pretty much transferred back to the original inspirer. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, Leonardo da Vinci. He could be a classic painter painting all these masterpieces, and start doing just painting in big buildings and stuff like that, not doing the basic, easel and paintbrush anymore. But then you got a whole bunch of guys that come out of nowhere that's doing the regular easel with the paintbrush, but they got a new and improved version, and people are gravitating towards those more. And then Leonardo da Vinci be like, whoa, let me get back to doing what I do because, these young guys is out here moving. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's just crazy to see like how much influence we've had over the years. When I look at how from 2014 to probably like 2017, 2018, I couldn't watch a battle without hearing a Dot reference. Like you would hear Dot's name in every battle. Like you would hear I reach for this umbrella with the dot on it or something like that. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you would just hear that in literally every single battle. Some battles, you hear it from both battlers. And I'm like, God damn, like, this nigga really is a superstar, But, it's just one of those things you got to look at. And now when you look at the game, it's like, URL is doing so many events. Like they're doing their big stage events, but in between that, you're getting like 2 or 3 small room events at a time. And then another thing, not just that the small rooms attracted what were inspiration to the big league owners, the small rooms were inspiration to the battlers too, because the battlers, they wanted to start battling in those rooms again. because that's where a lot of them came from. Like, I specifically remember Math Hoffa doing an interview and saying that he would love to go back to battle in the small rooms. So, he want to get away from all of the lights and the big stages. Like, he want to come back to the essence, but also at the same time, somebody like Math Hoffa want to get paid a nice amount, and nobody that's booking small venues like, little studios and shit is going to be able to pay that. You understand? So, I feel like that's partially what led to the creation of, like, the Smack volume, because not only do people like Math want to battle in those rooms, the big name niggas want to battle in those rooms. The Arsenals, the Surfs, the Rocks, the Hollows, the Mooks, the Luxes, like, all of them niggas want smoking that small setting too. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's really it's really a trickle down effect. Like, the small rooms really trickled all throughout battle rap. Like, it had everybody wanting to smoke. You understand what I'm saying? So, listen, man, show more respect to the small leagues, man. Wherever you're watching this from, if you got a small league in your area that's trying to come up, support it. Whether you could be a sponsor, whether you could share a battle, a flyer, a comment, show support to your fellow small leagues that's out here, man. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of them that's grooming talent, that's really, trying to come up and things of that nature. And, I'm never one to complain. Like, the Trap New York, we did what we did. You understand? And we still active to this day. Like, you look on cards that's, we got people on GZ cards. We got people on RBE cards. Like, we just had Daddy Mason, who was on a URLPG card. You understand? So we got talent all over. We still active to this day shipping off talent. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the same with a lot of other small leagues, that's where the new talent comes from. It's not like anybody's going outside and finding, these people themselves. It's all coming from small leagues, and we help pretty much keep the game going. You understand? Without no small leagues, what's everybody else going to do? They going to have everybody else, if small leagues disappear, everybody else going to have to deal with the bullshit we deal with. You understand? That having to really touch the mud and really, find them diamonds in the rough and go through all the bullshits, the backouts, the no-shows, and, the things of that nature. And while it happens on bigger leagues, you have some cards where you have like one or two backouts, no-shows, whatever the case is. It's more prone to happen on smaller leagues because there's really, nothing going on down in the small leagues as far as like, people getting accommodated, people getting paid, et cetera, et cetera. So, pretty much pro bono work. And I've never seen a big league have to cancel a whole card because of, people backing out of battles. Small leagues have done this numerous times. You understand? Like, this happens on small leagues. Like, they might have 8-9 battles booked, and then you have like 7 battlers that back out. And you're supposed to have a 6-hour event with just 2 battles. Like, that's just asking to take a loss. So when leagues have to cancel events because of that, I overall understand it, because nobody wants to go in a situation like that just to F their pockets up. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so, treat small leagues with a little more respect, man. Like, it's just so much going on in them that people are missing out on. And I think that's one of the things I'm going to get back to as far as just promoting more guys that are in smaller leagues. When it comes to media, you only see people interviewing, big names and top tiers. And I'm not going to say all media, because you have certain media that interviews lesser known guys. Like Wing in a breakdown, shout out to them over there. You'll see them interviewing lesser known people all the time. But now it's only, people are at a point where now it's only, big stuff that they're speaking on, in terms of, media only interviewing big name rappers unless they happen to be at an event where it's a whole bunch of big name rappers on the card, and then they'll slide in the smaller, lesser known battlers, just because they're already up there, but it's more of like people are not really coming out, like as far as media goes, not coming out to the events to really, show support to, the smaller leagues and the artists that, are really on the come up and everything. And I understand, I guess not a lot of money in it. It's not going to get as much views, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, these guys still need platforms, man. Every single battler out there got a story to tell, and that's one of the things I'm going to get around to. It's one of the things I'm going to get around to, man. I want to do something where I could really sit and talk with, certain battlers, ones that I've seen evolve through the years and stuff like that. But niggas are probably going to steal my idea before I get a chance to. But, small leagues, man. Small leagues. Like I said, big name battlers been wanting to do small room battles, joints of the essence. Like, we done had Daylight, we done had Swave, Danger Zone, Young Cannon, Shotgun Suge. We had Shotgun Suge actually twice. Who we had? We done had Bad News. Like, we done had all the E-Heart. We done had all these people come out and battle at a big stage battlers. You understand what I'm saying? So just understand, man, smaller leagues, we out here. We out here. Now, I feel like we kind of getting overshadowed because now, being that it's like so much events going on, people are being more selective of the content that they choose to indulge in. I remember there was a time when Angry Fan used to put niggas on to the smaller leagues and the battlers coming up out of the smaller leagues. Like, Fettuccine 20 versus Bean Nation, which is one of the best Trap New York battles ever, was at 10,000 views. And it got that number before Fetty hit URL. You understand? And that's because of all of the promotion and all of the, people we was able to get to speak about it and, shit like that. And just because overall, it's a fire battle. You understand what I'm saying? And, people like Caps, they used to put niggas on, and now you probably could barely get Caps to watch a battle if it ain't, a big name joint. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that's one of the things we need a lot more of in the game. And you have people like Jay Legend who go out his way to support smaller leagues, who do ticket giveaways and things of that nature just to help get some heads in the door. So smaller leagues need a lot more of that. Smaller leagues need a lot more of that. You understand? So we can continue grooming talent, elevating talent, finding them next stars for y'all, and to overall just pretty much keep y'all entertained and enjoy battle rap. If battle rap is something that you love and you really enjoy and you want to, continuously be entertained by it, eventually you're not going to want to keep seeing the same names all over again. Eventually you're going to get tired of watching Sue Surf. You're going to get tired of watching Shotgun Suge and Murder Mook and Loaded Lux, and that's one of the things that we say all the time. Like, in 2019, we shouldn't still be excited to watch Cassidy or Mook or Lux or all these people who've been around for years. Like, we should be excited for new talent. And as far as stars go, battle rap only gets maybe like 1, maybe 2 real stars per year. If you look at it, who was the last stars to really emerge in the past couple of years? What you got? You got Twerk, you got Geechee, and even you can't really say they new because these are guys that have been around at least 2 or 3 years. You understand what I'm saying? Like, who's after them? And I understand you got to give the new talent time to really, build up and, really get themselves out there and, get their skill set together and everything like that. But listen, man, hip hop, we getting new stars yearly. You understand? Like, every year we getting a bunch of new stars. Like, look at there's a reason every year there's a freshman there's a double XL freshman cover. Battle rap don't have that. Somebody tried to do it at one point, but it never panned out. And I'm pretty sure it never panned out because it's not as many. And I'll say this, battle rap is not as saturated as hip hop, so there's not as much talent, obviously. But hip hop, as many new stars that hip hop is seeing on a yearly basis, there's no reason. Like, there's hip hop people like that we don't know about that are making a living, like making 6 figures, 7 figures a year that we don't know about, that are just doing typical regular behind the scenes shit. They putting out their little music, doing shows, they writing up for other people. You probably go to they gram, they probably got like 300,000 or 400,000 followers, but they lit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they working, they grinding, they getting their money up, etc., etc. Battle rap, the top niggas in battle rap ain't making that kind of money. And these are the niggas who are at the very top of the shit. The niggas who get the biggest bags, the niggas who get the biggest deposits, the niggas who get the most views, they aren't making that kind of money. Like, they pale in comparison to those guys. You understand what I'm saying? So, eventually, you know, to keep battle rap evolving, just like I said, keep supporting your small leagues, man. Support your traps, your We Go Hard, your Gates of the Garden, your Spit That Heat, your Coliseums, and I Battle, and, you know, all the other leagues like that out there. That's, you know, like I said, keeping the stars coming in, or trying to keep the stars coming in, and, you know, keeping on, just, you know, keeping the culture growing. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really all I wanted to speak on that. If I got any questions, y'all make sure to holler at me in the comments. Y'all know I'm always active and whatever. And yeah, that's all I want to speak about, man. No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. I holla at y'all. NoMercyTV Podcast, bitch.